Hello, and welcome to another series of the Viking Pixie series, another episode of the Viking Pixie series. So today I've decided to take some chia seeds and plant them in my garden and see what happens. I already know what's gonna happen. So yeah, let's plant some in my garden. Okay, so here is my garden, and we're just gonna put some. So you can already see, like, we have I can't remember the name of this now, but it's actually very good to put into your salads. It's actually very nutritious for you, so you can actually keep them there and grow them and then just put them into your salads, just as an additive. We grew up calling them donkey weeds because they're kind of like sour, and the donkeys used to eat them when we grew up, where we used to grow up. And then here we've got some GMO free corn. Yep. And it's the ones that come out like purple and stuff, so different colors. I actually haven't done that much research on it, but I will do. So far we have 3 little trees sprouting. I should be transplanting these soon, although we're going into winter. So I've got some kale, I've got some blue kale and some normal kale, basil, chili, and ginger, turmeric. I've got some sweet potato, I've got some organite that I make and I put it in my garden. And then I've got some sweet potato and some beans going outside. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just spread these out, so we just kind of know where we're putting these, and to wait to harvest later. So I'm putting it around this area at least. So these will come out basically like microgreens. Yay! We have our chia seeds. Here they are growing all over where we had planted them. Okay, so these are super nutritious. Just cut them off. You can just keep cutting the heads off when they're a little bit bigger. And throw them in your salads and your juices. Oh, this is so exciting. Look at them. They're growing everywhere I had planted them. There. Oh, this is amazing. And I also planted chickpea. That's chickpea, and that is GMO-free corn. This is so exciting. Kale, guys. Plant more kale. That's my kale. That's my spinach. So that is my spinach. Unfortunately it took some strain with some transplanting and with the pests from the other side, so I bought them here, but I don't think they're gonna make it. But here's my kale. Here's a kale. This one's actually surviving. Funny enough, kale is quite strong. I've got another kale here, and then I've got this one here. So yeah, this one, so kale does definitely thrive better than spinach in a lot of areas. And then this is what we do, since we stay where there's no the soil's not very nutritious, or it just doesn't help, it doesn't grow a lot of anything really. So we take all of our leftovers that we don't use, and then we just feed it back to the ground, and then that will enrich the soil so that we are able to use it in a couple of weeks or a month or so when everything decomposes. We usually just throw everything into a pile, and then we cover it up, and then everything starts to move. Other than that, we also created another patch over here to grow some sweet potatoes and potatoes, because this will be in the sun as well. And a fun fact about sweet potato is that the leaves you can use like spinach in your dishes. Look at these little baby beans coming out. I'm so excited. some more. There we go. Some beans. Okay, so we're starting to see some like lovely progress here. We got some flowers, some beautiful flowers. Oh my word, look at that. Yes, so yeah, our spinach is still not doing so good, but our kale is doing fabulous as always. And then we've got, I think this was the blue kale if I'm not mistaken, but at the end of the day it's still kale for me, so I'm very happy. Oh, look at those leaves. Yeah, so this is the kale. The other kale is this side as well. Yeah, there's that kale. I should have actually put it more that side, but we had a lovely patch here. Some chickpeas. Our chickpeas are growing. Actually going to harvest the chia. I'm actually going to just take scissors and then go through this. Yeah, and we're going to start a fire now and have a little veggie fry in our garden. It's going to be beautiful. So yeah, and these are the millies. They're the corn that we're busy growing in here as well. I just received some more. I've got some in the fridge. Okay, we can buy those tonight. And I'll keep some aside so I can plant some more. So yeah, this is quite the progress. And we're going to throw some of these in our salad tonight as well. Ah, this is so beautiful. I think everyone should be growing their own garden. Rosemary. Rosemary takes very long. Very long to grow. So all is looking well except for the spinach. Highly recommend kale for its long lasting, and we'll see you on the next one. Yay, we just picked from our garden. We got some nice fresh basil. This is about the third time we've actually been able to get leaves off of the tree. I'm going to use it in dinner tonight. Yay! Oh, smells so nice and fresh. Yay, we have progress in the garden. Look at those chia seed sprouts. Oh my word. Here's millie, chickpea, kale, basil, chilies, rosemary. My spinach is looking a little bit better. Oh, look what we have there. This is amazing. Hello. Okay, this is just from the last video. We were just seeing the garden and seeing what was growing. So we did some transplanting recently. We put all the gem squash, butternut, I think it was just gem squash and butternut. There's so much actually happening here. And then we got tomatoes, the 2 tomato trees. So tomatoes actually grow like weeds. Like it's actually very, I don't even know why we buy tomatoes from the shops, as we can freely grow them, and it just takes a little bit of time. You actually don't even need to worry about them because they just grow all by themselves. So this is one that I actually found underneath the stairs, and there's a tap there, but the tap is no longer there, and they're just actually just growing. So what we did is we made patches. I'll take you there now. But this is one of my most exciting. I actually just took the end of the cabbage and I plonked it in the ground. Sorry, and I see that there is new leaves. Little leaves growing. So you can just literally just take the back end of the last bit of the cabbage and then plant it. How cool is that? And here I have planted there's sweet potato, This sweet potato, actually, this piece here, these two pieces here actually came from a sweet potato that was busy growing, and I just broke off the piece and then I just planted them in here. So even if you got sweet potato that's busy growing, you can really just grow those pieces that are growing and still eat your sweet potato. There's a different type of, this is the orange sweet potato. And then I'm trying to regrow sage. I don't know if this is working. Oh, and there's another sweet potato. And then I've also got here, these are beans that I planted a couple, it was last week if I'm not mistaken, or the beginning of the week, I'm not too sure. I kind of lost count. So I've got red speckled beans in here. Here's one you can see it. I did red speckled beans, I did chickpeas. Now the chickpeas, I think this is the chickpea here. And then somewhere I did lentils as well. I don't know where those are. Here's some more beans. Yeah, so we got some beans. I put some butter beans in here to see if we can maybe get some butter beans out. I have no idea. Nothing is growing in there. Nothing is there. There's something in there. Oh, we got some babies over here growing. I don't know what they are. They could be lentils. I did put lentils. I put a whole bunch of seeds out. I don't know. It did rain quite a lot recently. And these are this is the red speckled beans. That one didn't grow, but this one did, or was busy actually. So let's stick that back in, or is it this way? I don't know. Anyway, they're busy growing. They're growing. I'm gonna grow some more. Okay, here we got our two beans in there. Okay, and that's all we have in our garden. Here is the sweet potatoes that we put in from the garden. We actually took it out from the main garden area. We're just waiting for them to sprout and start seeing. We have two different types of sweet potato in here. Busy growing. So yeah, so as you come in, basically this is the bed that we have. The car is literally right behind me. So we're going to have to put up a fencing, create a border, just so that we'll be able to contain the leaves. And the nice thing about, I think I did mention this before, but these, when there's a whole bed of them, you can use them like spinach. So if you don't have spinach or kale growing and you want a little bit of something to go with your food, these are safe to eat. They're actually full of nutrients. So yeah, we did that. We had a eggy bread with like eggs and some, we didn't have spinach, so we used these as leaves. It was very, very delicious, I must admit. So yes, this is it. This is our garden, and we are heading into winter, so make sure that you water your garden in the evenings at least. Oh, and the lettuce I do want to show you. This, although we get the living fresh, comes to you with the roots and everything, and we did plant it. This is about my third attempt trying to grow the lettuce from that. So this is the first successful batch that we've planted. My spinach is still suffering, although we have 2 or 3 plants that are starting to come together. These are chickpeas. This is a chickpea plant. I think even if chickpeas don't come out of this, that you could still use it like microgreens, or soups, stews, like a herb maybe. I don't know what they smell like. It smells like nothing. Okay, so this is it from my garden. I do have some beans there that I'm going to go and put up this line and let them grow, maybe up that fence as well. We'll see if I'm allowed to do that, but yeah. Okay. Oh, the beans. Okay, so I know I did take a picture the other day and 2 photos. The flower today is pink. It used to be purple. There's the purple one, and then we got little beans. Some lovely lovely beans coming along, and it's just been about just over 40 days since we planted these. So within 3 months you can have food. You can already start harvesting kale. This is what the millies are growing so nicely. The chia seeds are still growing. This is it. It looks like weeds. I'm actually going to start controlling these and rather doing them in seedlings, trays, into some seedling trays. That way it's easier to harvest and to grow and so on. Yeah. Okay guys. Happy gardening. And here we have the tomato bed. Okay, so these are all the tomatoes I actually found underneath the stairs. And when we moved in, this one over here is the one that we found just growing by itself. So we left it to grow, and now we have just over 7 trees in there. And then I'm going to grow them all up that fencing, and then we're going to have abundance of tomatoes. So we never have to buy them again from the shop. We just go and pluck them. They grow like weeds, so you might have to control the area and give them a little bit of a bordering. We will eventually get there. And then we're going to move over to the sweet potatoes.